actual vlog I've done in quite a while. Did a few on the move that, if they're worth anything, I'll post them as the winter goes on. But in all honesty, don't expect to see much. Most of the video was not for YouTube. It was for my own protection, you know, in case something strange happened. Ironically, damn it, I hate traffic. Ironically, something strange did happen. Actually had a trucker try to ram me. There was a really long line of traffic backed up on the left lane. The right lane was completely empty. And I figured somewhere up ahead was a construction zone or something, but these guys are doing like 10 miles an hour. And it was getting kind of late. I'd been on the bike for 6 or 7 hours, and I didn't want to sit in traffic. So I got over into the right-hand lane and doing 20, 25 miles an hour, just rode past a lot of people. And a mile later, I got to a sign that said, lane closed in 2 miles. So these people had actually gotten in line like 5 miles early, which I'm all about merging over before you get to the cones. That makes a lot of sense to me. But I think 5 miles is a little excessive, and I'm not going to sit in traffic that long. In fact, I believe that traffic will move a little faster if you don't sit there for that long, if you just merge properly when the time comes. So anyway, I'm cruising up this line, beside this line, and this trucker swerves completely into my lane out of nowhere and runs me all the way off onto the shoulder. And I just kind of looked at him and waved and went up another 6 or 7 cars ahead of him. And then I got to where you actually had to form one line, you know, the lane ended. And I moved over. I didn't cut anybody off, you know. I just did what I had to do. And I had a couple of people honking at me, and that's their problem. They can all sit on and rotate for all I care. But what I'd intended to do is when I got back to the when I got to the hotel a couple hours later, I was going to isolate that footage, which I know had his license plates on it, all 2 of them, the one for the trailer and the one for the truck, had the truck company on it because it's always printed huge ass letters on the side of the truck. Probably it had all his DOT registration numbers and all that shit because it's all printed on the door. And I was going to report him to, this was in Arkansas. I was going to report him to the Arkansas State Troopers and find out where his home state was, report it to them and his company, and just see what happens, you know. And say, here's video evidence of somebody, in my eyes, committing attempted murder. At the very least, breaking several traffic laws. I think that guy would have lost his license for it, and rightly so. I like most truckers. I think most truckers are good guys, and you know they sit behind the wheel for a living, and in order to continue making that living, they have to behave properly. Because too many tickets, and they'll lose their license, or the company will just fucking fire them, and you become unhireable at a certain point. But anyway, my camera wasn't turned on because when I left dinner, I forgot to hit record. It was turned on, it just wasn't recording. And that's my fault. By the way, since several people have pointed out that I never actually mentioned where I moved to, I was saving that, but what I wanted to do was get here and do kind of a big reveal video, you know, like some kind of music video or something, but it's just too fucking cold. This is the nicest day that we've had in like 2.5, 3 weeks, and it's like 53 degrees. It's a little chilly, but really the problem has been rainy and shitty. But I moved to a little town outside Chattanooga, Tennessee. Oh, come on, dude. Where people do not know how to use fucking roundabouts. There's probably a dozen of them in town. and these people are clueless. It's hilarious. They're also horrible drivers. My God, they drive fast as shit. Just keeping up with traffic, I'm doing like 10 over half the time, which is all fine and dandy, but they cross the line so much, and they can't stay in their lanes on the freeways. Some of the freeways out here are pretty twisty for half a mile or so or whatever. But yeah, Chattanooga, it's a little town. What is it? It's like Austin. I described it perfectly the other day. It's a small town feel in a big city. It's not really a big city, but it's not a small town either. You know, it's a pretty good sized city, and it feels like it's a small town. That place is awesome. It's a little bar that serves burgers and shit. It's really good food.